Eddie, can you explain the electoral process as per the Constitution for this leadership challenge?
Yes, I happen to have a copy of the Constitution with me. The preamble, interestingly enough, states that you're not supposed to print off this Constitution unless you have the express permission of N. Griffin MEP, which is a strange thing to do for your own party's Constitution. It's restricting people from looking at it, but I've been a bit naughty and nevertheless printed it off anyway. Under the Constitution, you have to be, to stand as a candidate, you have to be a member of 5 years continuous membership, and basically the main other condition is that you've also got to be a voting member. Now, once you've met that criteria, it says that the candidate has to secure the signatures on his or her nomination paper of not less than 20% of the individual members with 24 calendar months of continuous membership. You also have to get the signatures of 20% of the voting members, and later you've got to get the support of members of the Founders Association at a Founders Association meeting. You had to hand the signatures in between the 20th of July and the 10th of August. But I'll emphasise, it says that the candidate has to secure the signatures on his or her nomination paper. We've produced our own nomination paper. We're busy getting the signatures now. We've got to get 840, and we're very busy getting them right now. And that's the main task that we're endeavouring to fulfil.
Would you like to comment on Clive Jefferson's recent email in which he proposed a completely novel method of obtaining nomination signatures?
Yes, well, as I've pointed out, the rules in the Constitution, which we're abiding by, are quite clear. This person called Clive Jefferson has invented a whole set of new rules. He says that he's going to produce a pack on the 13th of July, which will, I'm not quite sure what this is, and he's going to supposedly send to each individual member, qualifying member, the ones who can nominate, I presume that's who he's going to send it to, a nomination form of his own devising, which he then wants them to return to head office centrally instead of us being allowed to collect them, as it says in this Constitution, which is what we're abiding by. He's made up his own rules. Clive Jefferson is on record for saying a lot of pretty bad things. He's not an independent person to be running any sort of election. It's somewhat of a disgrace that he's involved in it in the slightest way. It's a bit of an indictment on the party that he has any role like that in this process, frankly. And the whole reason for bringing these forms to them, deciding they want the form sent to them, will create a climate of fear in the party, and that is no doubt what his intention is.
Yes, talking about a climate of fear and intimidation, what do you think of this blogger, who is it, Green Arrow, who's said something to the effect that he's going to publish the names of anyone who dares to nominate you, Eddie, that he's going to publish these names on the internet? That reminds me of, well, we had an incident a couple of years ago, didn't we, where members' names were uploaded to the internet. And,
yes, yeah, we've had this before with people not in the party, or people who were in the party and left the party, trying to publicise our members' names and details on the internet. It's a disgraceful situation. They're trying to create a climate of fear. There are smears and lies going about. There are tales of bugging of meetings. This is the hallmark of a corrupt regime, frankly. The BNP is behaving like a corrupt and degraded regime, but our members are actually made of strong stuff. We are here to take control of our country. We've got to bear up to a lot of things in this party before we are able to do that, and signing nomination papers and getting our nominations in, our people who have harder stuff than will give in to these pathetic acts of intimidation.
Thank you, Eddie.